So, driving off to Luxembourg today.
Long drive today.
Long drive today. I reckon 6.5 to 9 hours, and that's all basically dependent on the Gotthard Tunnel, I think.
Yeah.
So how much you're going to queue there. We're going to be there probably about 11ish, I should think. It's about 8:30 now. So yeah, by the time we get up through Switzerland, up to the Gotthard Tunnel, maybe a bit before that. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad, but we'll see, won't we?
We shall. Yeah.
And off we go to Luxembourg for a couple of nights and somewhere new to explore on the way home. Let's go. Well, we're just about near the Luxembourg border now. We're only about 10 k's away from the campsite, so time to get over there, get some food from the Del Hayes, which is nearby to the campsite, to supermarket, and then get set up on our pitch. Well, that was a very pleasant night's sleep, wasn't it?
Very good.
Very good. And we are off to explore Luxembourg today. Now, Luxembourg is quite a sizable place, even though it doesn't look it on the map when you're looking at Europe. And the centre is about 4.5 kilometres that way behind us. So we have to go up to the road to grab a bus, which is free, right to the centre, every 15 minutes apparently. So just a short walk uphill from the campsite to the main road, but it's not very far, so let's grab that bus and get into the centre. This campsite really is in a lovely area here. You've got beautiful forest area, lots of walks, and obviously on the outskirts of the city, so you don't really get a lot of noise here from roads and all that kind of thing. It's far enough away from the centre for that, but obviously close enough for us to be able to go in and explore. So when you come out the campsite, just wander down the road, turn left down this little cycle path, and just at the bottom opposite this junction is where the bus stop is to get into town. So it's the number 18, I think, isn't it? Is that the park and ride bus?
Goes out to the park and ride, which is probably about another 2-3 kilometres on from the campsite, something like that.
Okay.
We drove past it yesterday on the way in.
So I think
Good bendy bus.
it's one of those that we're after, but obviously that's going the wrong way. So yeah, when one of those comes down the hill, we should be good to go.
We're on the bus.
We're on the bus.
They
yes.
didn't say no to the dog.
No, dogs allowed.
And not
She
muzzled
is.
either.
And not muzzled, no. Very civilised. I tell you, I'm getting a good feeling about Luxembourg.
Let's hope so.
Even the bus doesn't squeak.
Lovely
Right.
bus ride.
Lovely bus ride, yes. And we've just got off at the cathedral, haven't we? So, if I spin round here, you see, got this amazing cathedral behind us. So, yeah, time to start exploring. So let's just show you where we've been on the bus. Here is the campsite down at the bottom here. And we got that stop there, which is actually the campsite camping bus stop. And we came in all the way up here and we have got off just here. And that is like the historic centre of the city. Well, hun, I think you'd be okay if you wanted a watch or a handbag
Some very designer clothes.
or something very expensive, because there's basically one of everything here, isn't there? That's Gucci over there, Cartier behind you.
Seen Rolex up the hill behind you as
have
well.
you? Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Hermes.
Yeah,
Dior.
it's very nice, isn't it? Very nice. Even if it is a bit drizzly today.
Yeah.
Well, this feels like a treat.
Does?
Breakfast. Yeah, in, where are we?
Le Petit. I'm going to say it wrong. Quoted you, I think it's called. Yeah. I doubt that's how they actually pronounce it in French.
Okay. But it's very nice. You've got a very, very good menu.
Dog allowed?
Dog allowed, yes. Which is always very important, isn't it?
And it's inside and warm and dry.
It is.
Unlike outside.
Yes. Well, at least we can have a good look at the map in here, can't we, and see what we're going to have a look at next. Because I think shopping-wise, I think that's going to be on the lighter side of things today, isn't it? It's very high-end.
Yes.
So, yes. Sightseeing.
Sightseeing, lots of looking, no touching, no buying.
No buying. So you can probably see behind me that there is some trams as well. I think they're free here. So I think all public transport is free here in Luxembourg. I think we might give one of those a try to go back to the campsite later, because they go just outside the stadium, which isn't far away from the campsite. So we'll see what one of those is like. Well, we've managed to get ourselves out of the shopping area, which is probably a good thing. Only a t-shirt purchased, to the Pont Adolphi Bridge. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And it is pretty spectacular. So this is where you can see the river running through Luxembourg. You can see the Cathedral Notre Dame in the background. And just as I pan round, this is behind here where all the shops are, all the shopping centre and everything. But this view here is quite spectacular, isn't it? You don't realise quite how hilly Luxembourg is.
Lovely gardens. Quite fancying a bit of a walk down there. I think Roxy would appreciate it too.
Yeah, I think so. We're going to have to find out how we get down there. That's the main thing. So we've managed to find ourselves the path down underneath the bridge. And this looks actually very peaceful down here, away from the hubbub of all of the traffic up there. Very, very nice. I think there was another bridge there, wasn't there? So if we keep walking down this path just on the left here, I think that will probably bring us out somewhere.
Probably.
Where we can start to head back up again. But yeah, it's very, very pleasant. Considering how up the top it's full of traffic and noise and everything else. Not that it's a really noisy city, but down here, just the
You wouldn't know?
babble of the stream is very, very nice indeed. I'm getting the feeling we might have been suckered in here.
Oh.
Uberweiss Luxembourg has a big stand with macarons outside.
It's been a very long time since I've had a macaron.
Well, we happened to walk past and Sarah said, oh, there's somebody drinking champagne and having macarons there. So I think that might be what's about to arrive on the table.
It's been a very long time since I've had a macaron. No, it's beautiful. And with some champagne too.
They really are stunning, aren't they? So if you're thinking about it, Oberweiss, definitely worth it. Although the sun's gone in now, but it doesn't matter. Champagne and macarons, yes, tick. Well, we said we'd try the tram on the way back, so here we are. Sarah's finally found something to hang on to. She's a bit frustrated.
Will said, I'll hold on to you, then promptly let go as the tram disappeared off from its stop and I nearly went over backwards. Roxy's taking it all in her stride though.
She is.
Enjoying the view out of the very green coloured window.
It's all very efficient and very quiet, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it?
Very, very good. So one thing to bear in mind, if you are getting the tram back to the campsite, it doesn't go to the campsite as close as the bus. So it drops you off at the stadium, and the way that you get from the stadium to the campsite is a little bit of doubling back on yourself for a bit of a walk, and then you cross over the tram tracks, walk back the other way, down an underpass, and then you're back at the campsite. So just bear that in mind if you're going to get the tram. We thought we'd try each different method. I think if we were coming back from the centre to the campsite, we'd wait for the 18 bus and skip the tram. But there you go. Right, let's give you a quick tour of this campsite then. So when you first come in, you're met with this, and this is where you park up on the right hand side just to be able to check in. So obviously you can still get out, but you just park up on the right hand side or on this hill, and you see there's a barrier at the bottom. So you need to get your card when you check in. There's a little plastic card you get which gets you through the barrier. You also use that if you're coming back after 10 o'clock at night, because they lock the pedestrian gate here as well. So good secure site. So yeah, as soon as you get here, you just need to go and check in. You also need your passport in hand because they do want to see that, and you can see the reception just the other side of this barrier here. So really pretty site this, with lots of planting, lots of greenery everywhere, and then you're met with this. So on the left hand side you've got the reception, so straight in that door there, check yourselves in, and just behind that, so just round the corner here, this is where you've got the camping shop, and it's where you go into the restaurant and bar as well. And you might have seen that Sarah and I tried to go in there with the dog yesterday. Dogs are not allowed in the camping shop or in the bar, but there is an outdoor seated area where we're going to go in a second and have a beer, I think. So the other thing just to point out down the bottom there, right at the very bottom, just down there, there are 2 places for motorhome service. So you can drop your waste there, that's where you empty your chemical toilet and all that kind of stuff. So just coming round from the main reception here, and you can see on the right hand side, that's one of the 2 facilities blocks they've got here. So all the showers, washing up, all of that stuff in there, toilets. Very handy and easy from most pitches. I'll show you where the other ones are as well. And that's the outdoor seating for the restaurant just at the side there. Pitches for tents and motorhomes at the bottom here. Obviously caravan pitches as well. And our pitch is up here on the left hand side. So they've done a lovely job of the terracing here. They've also got some little kind of wooden camping chalets that you can rent if you wanted to, but as you can see, good terracing here, and the way that they've done the pitches is quite nice. You've got both grass and hard standing, electric on these pitches as well, and I think the reason they did the hard standing was basically because it can get quite waterlogged. If I just show you what it looks like, so you've got hard standing in front of the greenery. Now let us just show you our pitch at the top of this hill. Right, we're at the top of the hill, and here is our pitch. So the pitches, you can see, are marked out with the little white ticks on the ground, so big size pitches. And they advised us, because it's been raining, do not try to drive on the grass because it's very wet, so we haven't. But you can see we're on the hard standing, very nice and easy, just a little bit of levelling needed, but nothing too bad at all. So the other thing just to bear in mind is we parked this way round because we've got the pop out on the side, so we didn't want that to be in the little roadway, and we didn't want to open the sliding door onto the wet grass either, so that's why we've parked that way around. You might want to think about it yourselves if you're here. And the second toilet block, if you're wondering, is down this first on the left, just here, right up to the very end, because you can see this is quite a big site. I'll put a map on the screen so you can see just how big this is, but yeah, it really is quite a sizable site, this one. Nice that it's got good facilities.
So I hope you've enjoyed the quick tour there of the campsite and a bit around Luxembourg too. So Will can't remember how much this site cost, but I'm not complaining because I didn't pay. So he's going to pop something up on the screen at the moment so you can have a look at those prices too, which I think actually, to be honest, it's fairly reasonable for a really good city centre campsite.
Let's go and grab that beer then. Cheers. So there you go, that is our little trip to Luxembourg. Only 2 nights here, but I'll tell you what, you can pack it in if you really try hard. So that is our Europe trip really done, because tomorrow is a long drive home. So we're going from Luxembourg, we've got the tunnel tomorrow at about 4 o'clock, and then from there straight back home to the East Midlands. So because it's Sunday tomorrow and work on Monday, so it's going to be a long day tomorrow, but that's tomorrow. Tonight is tonight, and we're going to enjoy this beer before we hit the road again. Well, we're all here back at the Eurotunnel again at the pet check-in. Sarah's just going to go and sort Roxy out with her pet passport that we've got, her little Belgian citizen pet passport. So Sarah's going to wander across over into that building just over at the back there. She's going to scan her microchip, sort out the pet passport, and then we should be good to check in. All done?
Checked and controlled.
Checked and controlled.
Checked and controlled.
Brilliant. Well, that's us checked in, and apparently there are delays on the tunnel today, so that's noted, Eurotunnel, because on the way out on the ferry, no delays.
And it was cheaper.
And it was cheaper. So we need to go and stretch our legs. We've got about an hour or so to wait now until our crossing, or until it calls for our crossing. We're here a little bit early, but that's fine. So yeah, time for a drink, stretch of the legs, and the dog can go inside the terminal, which is good.
So finally, only an hour and a half late, we are now off to get on our train.
Oof, that was a long day of driving.
That was a lot of driving again.
462 miles, and we've just arrived back home. Nearly 9 hours worth. That's probably a bit much, I think.
A bit much for one day.
Bit much for one day. Anyway, back home, nice and safe. Hopefully you've had a bit of inspiration from our little week-long trip away down into Europe and down to Lake Maggiore, where we turned around and came back. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Have you stayed at any of the campsites that we've been to? If so, let us know what you think. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content, and we'll see you again soon on Campervan Time.